This episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our supreme and master speakers, Circa Barakeel, Remy Asalia, Omeji Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Arcadia Lunashine, Dramavian, Alex Franco AV, Nina Grimstarter, Casey Schaefer, Daimos, Lily Black, Hans Grenade, Sapa Chakwatol, Faris Chantoru, Cletus Oreo, Quick Levin, Luke Leonatrell, Ceres, Icy Lee, Lyria Rain, Pamela Isley, Umbral Wind, Naive Arino, Celeste Razgris, Elenriel Maximus, Edwin, Bob CC, Fabs and Voidworm, Raimi Maverick, Kodred No, Mira Miri, Winebow Brood, Bay Barbalay, Kaisa Regina, Usora Akari, AJ Brainswordson, Suno Shikano, Chesha Saltiri, Gideon Ura, Buster Gearhold, Azuta Starbreeze, Camille Grineau, and Nat Clay. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, ARCians. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 229. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Wiston and Rollo John Des. I just felt like you needed a middle name.
Jaundice?
Welcome. It is episode 229. It's January 16th, 2021. It has been yet another week of very little. There's been a patch, but it's not the most exciting week. But we'll talk about patch 5.41. We'll read the patch notes if there's anything to read. There is something to read because we're going to read it today, but there's not much. We'll also talk about the 14-hour stream that would have taken place. I'm already spoiling the story. It's already spoiled in the overlay. So spoilers, it's delayed. We'll talk about that. And of course, we'll be reading MogMail, speakersxiv.com/MogMail now. Well, stay tuned for the post show. We'll read questions from the Syndicate. Channel updates. So there's two things I need to mention that I didn't put in the show notes. Our website is not doing so well. And I actually don't know what's happening. There might be some sort of DDoS going on because we are having a lot of malicious login attempts over the month. The last 30 days, 93,000 attempts to log in to our website. So
I love when we get DDoSed.
Yeah.
It's big targets.
Yeah, so that means that sometimes when you try to go into just, MogMail, you'll get like no, what does it say? Service unavailable or something. Refresh a couple of times and it should be there. I've seen that there's been problems sending MogMail as well. I need to look into this, but I can't do it until like Monday. So by the time this is out, maybe it's fixed, or maybe it's under maintenance. If that happens, instructions will be on the website, I think, if I have to take it down.
If you are writing a MogMail, I would recommend writing it not on the website, and then pasting it onto the MogMail page.
Because once you're safe on the landing page for MogMail, that doesn't mean it'll get sent, because it needs to go through another process and go to another window, and it might crash. I'm looking into that. I'll fix that. Second, I know this for a lot of people that are watching, this is going to come as a bit of a surprise, but we had a Minecraft server and it's shutting down. It's just to let you know that if you ever played on that on Mundus, in 6 months it's gone forever. So check the Discord channel for that. And there will be more information. It's pinned. There we go.
Sad. End of an era.
End of an era, and it's gonna, well, there's gonna be events leading up to its end. So we'll see how that goes. All right, moving on. This week in 14, Rollo, what have you done this week?
All right, I've stopped tomes. I've given up the tome life.
Oh,
I've stopped.
That's early.
Mostly because I was short 1 week on both my characters, and then like I think we've all said it, but the second you're short a little bit, you're like, I'm done, never again.
Yeah,
I'm done doing this. I mean, I'll still get some tomes here and there, but I've also been focusing on the Ishgard restoration thing. I was like, fuck it, it's the last one. I'm gonna try and become a Beatus. So I've been doing that. I placed 69, by the way, when it updated.
It was very good, Rollo.
I was so proud of that. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I almost attempted an expert craft, and then I saw what it's like, and I was like, fuck this. No. How do you guys do that and keep saying no?
You could trial synth it. Is that what you did, or did you like so you can test it without actually losing any of the materia?
I didn't trial it.
Or materials.
I looked up guides and I saw people talking about it and what like the stat requirements were, and I was like, this not worth the investment, and I probably couldn't do this without spending a lot of gil with like 6 days left now, 7. So it was just not doing it.
No.
I did do the one of the events, which I haven't done in a little while. I did the sweeping.
The fates?
Yeah. Fates. I did the sweeping one.
Right. Yes.
Sweep.
I haven't done any of this. Well, on the first day I went to Diadem. It was just a lot of snow, and that was Diadem. But yeah, so the fates are like sweeping. You're doing sweeping shit.
Well,
yeah.
There's always been a variety. I think they've started having sweeping ones since we've started clearing areas.
Right. Okay.
It was just like clearing debris, and you just click on a spot, sweep for like 2 seconds, and you just rotate between spots. The rewards kind of suck. I forgot, if you're already a max level crafter, you just get 500 scripts, which doesn't feel really worth it. I mean, you should do it if you're there, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess the XP just feels a lot more worth it.
Yeah.
What else? I've been doing White Mage a little bit. I've not sincerely played White Mage in Stormblood. I've changed my hot bars for all the new skills and all that.
Right.
They just gave it some more OGCDs, huh? Is that what happened?
That's pretty much what they did, yeah. And more damage, but yeah, you won't see that until the end of leveling, anyways.
Right, until you get the Blood Lily.
Yeah.
Wow, you can stock 3 OGCDs. That's strong.
Yeah. All right. Georgi?
Well, I also did a Ishgard Restoration Fate on Ragnarok. Earlier this morning, I guess, for you guys, late last night for me, with Mela, we built some houses. So we grabbed some materials. We used a circular saw, which is terrifying because some people are just standing on top of it, not being hurt by it. And then you go hammer them into the walls of the house. And then once the fate is done, you go from like frames to just like complete houses. It was very interesting.
Nice.
But I think it's one of the few times that I can remember seeing like visible progress happen at the end of a fate.
Yes. Right.
Other than Ishgard Restoration, I have finished leveling Monk.
All right.
I quite enjoy Monk overall. I don't really understand the level 80 skill, but I don't have to think. I don't have to think about it because I'm not playing it anymore. I started leveling Ninja. I don't like that one of the skills that was part of the combo is now an not an OGCD, but is now just off on its own. Feels weird.
Which one? Is it assassinate?
Not assassinate. Assassinate is activated by Dream Within a Dream. That's also weird.
Yeah.
The fact that Dream Within a Dream is now obtained earlier than assassinate.
Fang? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Shadowfang, I think, is the one. The dot.
Okay.
I don't enjoy it as much as Monk.
Okay.
There's a reason why I don't play it anymore.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't hate Tenchi Jin as much as you do, Rollo.
Oh,
It's
that's
weird.
right.
It's better now.
Okay.
It's. I don't like standing still.
I don't like standing still either. That's weird, but it works for the most part.
Right. I have not. I've not done. So this is weird. So patch came out, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna craft, and I'm gonna do all the things. Haven't done I've went to Diadem and mined for a couple of hours, and then I left. Haven't gone back.
For a couple of hours.
Yeah, and then I never came back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the dirt leaf in Diadem as a botanist, like the timed one? Or
No, I
whatever?
went as a miner, so I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I was in there for hours. I mean, like from like what, 9 p.m. to like fucking 3 a.m. I saw every other weather effect for every other item. Dirt leaf never fucking shows up. And I'm like, when's the dirt leaf?
Did they forget to put it in?
No, like people are selling it in the market board. Yeah, it's really expensive, the market board too, for what it is. It's just, I don't know, like this one specific weather effect is so.
Because it only appears. I see. So that's why people were so upset, because everyone was like, "It's still fucking snowing." Is that why? Because it snows like 90% of the time in there. At least it did when I was there.
Yeah. So I don't know what's up. Well, so why is it so much harder to do the Ishgrad restorations as a gatherer? The points are so fucking little.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't done any. The thing is, I never know when those fates happen, and then when I finally learn that they're like, oh, there's one going on right now, and then I go and it's like it's full. This instance is full. You can't enter. It's the problem with being on such a populated server. I guess the only time I can really do it is if it's on like 4 a.m. Those
you just got an
ones
AFK
I can get
in there. Just live there.
Mailer and I were only able to do it because we were warned about 15 or so minutes beforehand.
Yeah, that's how you have to do it. Because how else would you know when it happens? Okay, right. That is it for channel updates. Let's jump into recent events. And we'll start with some bad news. The 14-hour stream, as you all know, shit's going down in Japan. Well, shit's going down all over the world. But Japan is experiencing I'm assuming, second wave now in the pandemic. There is now a state of emergency in effect in most of Japan, I think. At least in Tokyo, which is the one that matters for our story. This has led to postponement of the 14-hour stream. It was slated for February 6th, and they were supposed to have like an invite-only audience, apparently, originally. Now that will be done without an audience. There will still be a stream, but it will just have the announcement. It will have...
And a live letter.
But wasn't the live... Yeah, the live letter as well. I wish I had... So... Is there an English translation of this now, like posted on the lows? Because it's been a long time since this announcement was made. No, it's not there. There's no official post. So
I think there's some other people that translate it like news sites.
Yeah, but isn't it strange?
Yeah, but
that
isn't
this
it weird
isn't
that it's
on?
not on the lodestone in English?
Yeah, this
It's a
announcement
Japanese
was
event, I guess. I don't know.
It's a global announcement for the next expansion.
yeah.
Well, that's still happening. It's a 14-hour stream now, isn't it? So.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
I know that,
but it's still like
they've announced 14-hour streams globally before.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Usually aren't in English subtitles anyway, right? They are usually just
yeah,
No.
they're not.
yeah.
That's true. I guess it's still weird that they're whatever. So they said following the state of emergency and the spread of new coronavirus infections, Saturday the stream will be carried out without spectators, and the 14-hour segment will be postponed. So again, just to clarify, because I saw a lot of people were confused when it was first released, this does not. The announcement is still happening, but the 14-hour stream is gone. So we get both the announcement and the live letter, but it'll be without an audience. In addition, only the 60-second letter from the producer live scheduled in the broadcast will be broadcast on Saturday, February 6th, without changing the schedule and after considering the safety and reducing the number of staff.
So you said 60-second. I thought for a second it was going to be 60 seconds long.
Yeah, that's what I thought for a second too. I was like,
60-second live letter,
it's a
6-2.
TikTok digest.
Yeah. So they'll announce the broadcast times later. But yeah, there you go. I mean, all in all, we didn't really lose much. The 14-hour stream in itself, like those are the only two things that really matter in the 14-hour stream, anyways. So
To us as
to
an
us,
English audience.
I'm sad that we don't get to see Foxclon dressed as Sin Eater or whatever they.
You don't know that won't happen. He did that during a normal live letter.
That's true. Please, one more time. Yes. While we're on this subject, we're going to talk about the expansion as well today, probably in the future expansion. But you know what? Maybe we should save it because there's some trademark stuff going down. Should probably save that for when we get to that part of the show.
Okay.
Right. Let's move on to. Okay. So you're going to have to forgive us for this, but we're going to talk about some weird merch next.
Yeah.
This is not to promote it, it's to ridicule it. So let's go. Final Fantasy XIV to receive its very own soundbar with the Panasonic Sound Slayer.
Sound Slayer is such a threatening name.
It's gonna slay your sounds. Watch out.
It's so first of all, it looks really cheap. I think we can all say that. This is
It's especially because it's just the old Realm Reborn logo.
Yeah.
With the wheel art and that's Final Fantasy 14 on the side. You can do it.
Yeah, show us.
Oh, I'm connected to the charger. I'll unplug it. Oh god. There it is. There it is. Yeah.
I mean, I guess I need a sound bar. Why not get a Final Fantasy?
Don't get a proper one then. If you need a sound bar, don't get that. I have a feeling. I mean, it looks so. I don't know. There's something about it that makes it look really cheap. Like I feel like it's going to be very tinny, very
small.
Yeah, it looks very small. They call it.
It does look small.
They call it a gaming speaker. Outfitted. So.
I just looked up the Sound Slayer, and it's just called that. This isn't like that product is specifically just for 14.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the box art. It's like.
Oh no! Does it look like fucking something from Wish?
Yes. I'll link it for.
Okay.
But it looks like, those old graphics cards. Like the art or the fake video game.
Oh my god!
CG art on it.
They have the 14 thing in that listing.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. Oh goodness me. Well, there you go.
3 gaming sound modes through joint development with Square Enix.
$293. That's pretty.
This is tiny.
Yeah.
This is mentioned later in the article that
Yes.
we have taken this
Oh, okay.
from. That this was announced during the Square Enix CES 2021 live stream, which was
Yes.
apparently a thing.
The following line, though, is funny. This is a gorgeous limited edition of a genuinely impressive speaker and will likely be available in small quantities once it's unleashed upon the public. How much money did they get to write this article? This sounds like a push to get it to sell them.
I will say, not that much. It's only a 4 out of 5 soundbar.
It doesn't say the price for selling that one. But here on Amazon and Gold USA, you can get this very small sound bar, like for $300. So you're probably paying $500 for the Final Fantasy one.
I love. Okay, so I don't think we should. Let's not. Okay, I'm not going to question the website or the article, but it has a review in it as well, and it says, they give it a 4 out of 5, like Georgi said. The Panasonic SoundSlayer is a great soundbar for gamers who aren't after a more complete surround sound experience and simply want to bulk up their existing setup with a few extra bells and whistles. From that perspective, it's well worth considering. Does that warrant a 4 out of 5? Does it?
I don't know.
If you don't want surround,
very average.
If you don't, it sounds very average. I think this would be like a 3 or a 2, but all right. However, for consumers looking for, and this is the kicker, for consumers looking for a soundbar more suited to general viewing or more capable surround sound for a larger living room, you would be better off looking elsewhere. Flaws aside, I'm very taken with Panasonic's drive to deliver a soundbar that doesn't hesitate to put gaming first.
It does have 3 modes.
Apparently. I need to know what the differences are. What are the modes again?
Well, it's down here. You got the RPG mode, the first-person shooter mode, and voice mode.
And I also have to say, that chat brings up this. It's almost $300. You'd want it to be more than that if you're going to pay $300 for it, and it doesn't even look that good.
You can't use this for like your living room TV. It's literally it's the width of like a laptop.
Yes.
like I can't emphasize how tiny the soundbar is.
It's gonna sound like wartime radio.
It's designed for your tiny gaming den.
Yes.
If you want my advice, you should go to the Goodwill and get some bookshelf speakers or whatever. It'll be a better deal.
Yeah.
And they'll sound better.
Did you read the 3 modes? Have we read them? Did you mention them? Because I'll read them now.
I mentioned their names, but I didn't describe them.
So, they... What is the role-playing game mode? Ideal for role-playing games and optimized for Final Fantasy XIV Online. This mode creates a sense of reality and intensity, enabling gamers to feel as if they were inside of the game's virtual world.
That's pretty good.
What does that mean?
First-person shooter mode provides accurate audio location. Well, it doesn't have complete surround, so I don't know. Which allows users to hear subtle sounds such as footsteps. Is that... I can hear that on like my fucking desktop speakers, giving gamers the advantage in first-person shooter and third-person shooter games. And then, so there's role-playing, first-person, voice mode, enhances human voices and further contributes to the immersive experience, recommended for adventure games where clear dialogue can provide important clues. So you have to choose. Do you want to hear what they're saying, or do you want to be immersed in the world?
Well, you see, if you're immersed in the world, Lakil, you can't always hear what everyone is saying.
It's true. That's very true.
If you're playing like a first-person RPG, what do you do?
Well, it's not a shooter, so you would go the
That's true,
RPG
but what
mode.
if you have a gun?
Yeah. It's like Fallout. You got to pay attention to the voices, too.
Truth.
Well, you're going to have to make a choice there.
Yeah. So there you go. That's the new sound bar. I don't even know if I want to call it... Wait, what do they actually... Is that what they call it? Yeah, they call it a sound bar.
It is a sound bar. but more specifically, a sound slayer.
Yes, so cool. All right, moving on to more absurd merch. How do you feel about fingernails or toenails? Well,
I like to clip them.
You like to clip them?
I wouldn't. I don't know if I say I like to clip them. It's something I have to do.
Right.
It's not something I enjoy doing.
Well, how about fat cat nail clippers? You would never find this on the Square Enix store, but you can find it. Apparently, they license products out to certain other stores in Japan. The ones they don't want to show on their official store. There's some fat cat. This fucking charger. Fat cat nail clippers. So you can think about 14 while you remove your fingernails. Don't remove them.
Size of...
Yeah.
It looks like the size of a fingernail cutter. I wouldn't use it for my feet.
No, I don't think that would work with your feet.
These are like almost $15, by the way.
That makes sense. That's about what I'd expect of this kind of merchandise in Japan.
Yeah,
For nail clippers.
Almost $15.
That's bonkers. And it's not even like, I wouldn't want, like, a nail clipper doesn't need to have advertisements on them, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't need, like, branded nail clippers.
Okay,
do.
So in here, the
Some
one we
people
have...
have branded toothbrushes.
That's true, but that's mostly children, right? They buy that's for children.
This is for children.
Children with Final Fantasy XIV nail clippers. I guess I can see the
Parents
market.
that play 14 with their children.
That's true.
Wow, you're gonna love this little thing that says Final Fantasy XIV on it.
I'm just saying,
black nail clipper.
It's a little unnecessary. Just a little. I'm
Oh,
sorry
no,
that
it's
we're being
very
so critical.
unnecessary. I'm going to say it's very unnecessary.
Yeah. Well, how do you... So say you're... Okay, this one actually, I will say, makes a little more sense. The next product. You know, we want to save the planet, so you be nice to the environment. Don't buy plastic bags or when you shop. Bring your own bag. Well, pull out the charger. You can get a fat cat pouched eco bag with a Namazu, a Moogle, a Cactuar, and a fat cat on it. That little fat cat in the top left is a pouch for, I guess, keeping coins in. I don't know, whatever you want to put in there, I guess. 15.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
1,500 yen.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, that one
That and the nail clippers are basically the same price.
Yeah. That's
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot.
Go on, Nikhil.
I think for our viewers, I think the visual is better if I just show it first, so that the audience can just All right. Okay, that's all you get. You've seen that? Okay, we all think the same thing. This is a Great Serpent of Ronka pencil case. It's a pencil case. All right? It's a pencil case. It just looks a little unfortunate, I think. There's something about a tube-shaped thing with a mouth at the end that just, you know, it brings up some,
Really gets the imagination going.
Yeah, yes. So I like that they had to put the pencil next to it as well, just as like the final confirmation that this is for pen, not penis. It comes with a nice little pen.
That's cute.
$28, I guess, roughly, if the yen is what it usually is. Fine, unfortunate design.
You know, this
comes
is
with a
merch. You know?
Yeah.
It comes with the pen. It's fluffy pencil case, which I guess is not that common.
Yeah, $28 for a pencil case.
I wouldn't pay for that.
No, it's not. And also, I don't know why they chose this design. Why is this? Come on.
What would you do for a pencil case, huh? Who do you think would fit?
You don't.
Estinian?
Not this.
I wouldn't pick this.
Nothing with a mouth at the end. Because it's, you know. Anyways, let's move on. There's more. I forgot. There's another brand of nail clippers, and this one's not for children. This one's like, this is for the
for
dad.
adults.
Yeah, this for Father's Day. Macho nail clippers with the Final Fantasy 14.
There's a logo and then the meteor symbol.
It's to match your security token. Thank you very much.
Keep that in my keychain too. You know.
Yeah.
Always ready to clip some toenails whenever.
Yeah. So that's 13. Yeah. So 1380 yen. So that's almost 14 dollars. All right. That's that for recent events, and that's that for merch. No, actually, it's not, because we have, this is main story. Yeah, patch 5.41. It has arrived, and I guess it's time to look at what it brought us. Here we go. Well, usually this is... I never remember the 5th of November. Here we go. There we go, and there we are. Okay, patch 5.41. Is everything working? Yes.
Yes.
All right. New side story quests have been added for Ishgardian Restoration. Oh god, there's a lot.
There's 4.
There's 4. These only unlock after it's done, right?
Yes.
Yeah. 4 new quests.
So they probably won't actually be relevant until after 5.45.
True. So there's also some side quests. Quests.
Mm-hmm.
One of them seems to be a continuation of the kids. The kids.
Yes.
Doing stuff.
The Rollenberry Fields orphans. Yeah. Okay. New furnishings for housing.
Which one are the new ones?
I don't... What is new?
The lovely thing about these is they always combine them with old furnishings. So
yeah.
if you're not 100% up on housing items, you don't necessarily know what's new.
Is it the teapot?
Oh, the carbuncle slippers, stuffed animal, and the oven with a teapot.
Okay.
I see. Well, that's cute. The carbuncle thing is cute because those already exist as like shoes. So, yeah, all right.
I don't know what the new orchestrion roles are.
Oh yeah.
I assume they're obtained in Ishgard, but I don't know what songs they are. I haven't looked at that.
All right. New emote. Everyone's been using this around me. The broom.
Apparently, in the original notes, they mentioned that this came from this gold saucer, but that was a lie.
Where is it? I'm assuming it's Ishgard Restoration, right?
It's from Ishgard Restoration.
Yeah. Right. In battle system, players will now receive the power of the Echo in Eden's Verse. Savage. So there you go. That's the 10% buff. New items. These are that outfit that we got. Obviously, they won't list all the items.
There's other outfits, but they're not listed here.
No. They've changed the names of the Sabatons of striking and scouting. from the Eden, from Eden, to be thigh boots instead. So
Probably more accurate, but I haven't looked at what they are.
Yeah, I guess so. For Ishgardian Restoration, obviously this is the patch. The fourth phase of the Ishgardian restoration has begun. With residents... God. I can't read. With the residences of the new nest providing homes for countless Ishgardians and the markets of Featherfall ever flourishing. What am I wearing the wrong Let me just zoom in. Let Grandpa zoom in a little.
Okay.
Flourishing. The firmament is evolving day by day into the living, breathing heart of the post-war Holy See. So it is that Lord Francel de Alienart, or I always read it like that. It's probably Alienar.
The silent H, maybe? Is that what it is?
Alienar.
Eleanor.
Elinor. That's the official pronunciation. Turns his eyes to the fourth phase of the restoration effort, which will see the construction of a cultural district where nobleman and commoner, man and dragon alike, might further enrich their lives through aesthetic pursuits. So that's, Ishgardian Restoration materials. To coincide with the updates to the Ishgardian Restoration, new materials can now be crafted and submitted. In accordance with this update, the following additions and adjustments have been made to the submission of materials from the previous chapter. And this is from the same shit as last time. You can no longer collect stamps for the Coupe of Fortune. The number of Skybuilder scripts received for submissions have been reduced. The number of Skyward points received for submissions have been reduced. And Skyward points received for submissions will no longer contribute to rankings. Alienart. There you go. All right. So that's pretty standard fare. Mm-hmm. New conditions have been added for expert recipes. They teased this in the previous live letter, I believe. These conditions may appear when using crafted recipes for grade 4 Skybuilder supplies. So the new conditions are malleable, which increases progress. Increases to progress are 1.5 times higher than normal. And primed, which is next time status granted by an action will last 2 additional steps.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Sure, those are fun.
Yeah. I haven't really done... I tried one expert craft once, and I obviously failed. So after that, I was like, I'm done. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this, but a couple of weeks ago, I started crafting again to prepare for this patch, which was completely pointless apparently because I didn't end up doing anything. And I was making I was farming white scripts, and and it was a very difficult. Oh, you know what? No, I don't know if I was crafting something that was important, but it was a very difficult craft, and I wasted materials that were very expensive again and again.
Ooh, that feels good.
And then, just as I logged out, like frustrated. No, I think it was collectibles, but my gear wasn't good enough, so I had to constantly buy expensive food. And then I log out. I managed to get a few scripts because some of them got just past the point where you get the minimal amount of white scripts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I log out, and then just in my head I just heard my own voice going, "Trial mode. You don't have to waste your materials." Kill, you fool, you fool. So remember that you don't actually have to craft it like in the old days. You can just try it first.
Your boomer brain wants to fail at it. My
boomer brain, in fact, is so boomer brain that, let's say boomer brain, is so boomer that when I meld materia, pentameld, I get that feeling that I'm gonna fail the meld and I'm gonna lose the item.
Yeah.
That's how boomer brain I am.
with heel, come on.
All right. Potential conditions for expert recipes can now be confirmed via the crafting log. With an expert recipe selected in the crafting log, select potential conditions list from the sub-command menu. So it'll show you potential conditions for the craft. So in this example, there's grade 3 artisanal Skybuilder's goldsmithing bench, which can get normal, good, centered, sturdy, or pliant. So that's good. Quality of life. The following additions and adjustments have been made to the diadem. Everyone's favorite place. Oh my god, I love that it's snowing in the screenshot. That's so funny, because that's all there is. That's the only weather condition in the diadem is snow. New items can be gathered in the diadem. New gathering points have been added. New items can be gathered from the 4th phase of the Ishgardian restoration. They can be submitted to Flotte Pazon for inspection. Following the addition of items for the 4th phase of the Ishgardian restoration, the following adjustments have been made to the inspection of items from the previous chapter. Players will no longer... Okay, it's the same shit. They've made adjustments to the rewards from the Kupo of Fortune. New Skybuilders... That's interesting that Kupo of Fortune is listed as an... Oh, they don't list 3.x anymore. Right, that's just all under 2.x now. New Skybuilder scripts items are available for exchange from Ini in the Firmament. Any in the Firmament, probably. It's French. Rankings for the 4th phase of the Ishgardian restoration have begun. And you all know how this works, so we're not going to go through this. But it's the same thing as before, but remember, this time, it's the last chance. Last chance to get these titles. So if you haven't done it yet, this is it. This is it. So we're talking about Saints of the Firmament and Beatus of the Firmament. This is their last chance. The Skybuilders Monument commemorating the crafting class with the greatest contributions to the Restoration Initiative has been added. When ranking results are finalized, scores from all crafters will be tallied based on class. Please note that the scores will be tallied separately for each world. The crafting class in each world with the highest combined score will have a monument built in their honor, modeled after the crafting tool used by said class. So that was the thing that I kind of forgot about. So there you go. Hopefully someone's going to get a culinarian, because I still think that will be funny. That a culinarian built the firmament. Right. So
the crib.
The new mounts. Yes. Go on.
Before we move on to these, I want to highlight some of the great new descriptions we've got for some of the grade 4 items this Ishgard restoration.
I think Ishgardians are fucking disgusting, feral little beasts. That's what this guy told me.
I'm gonna start with one of the ones that probably made Rollo feel this way. So for grade 4 Sky Builders rock salt.
Yep.
But Mother, can we not break the salt rock into smaller chunks to save us all from having to lick the same piece? It seems awfully unhygienic. No, my sweet prince, that would not be proper. Now lick the rock and put it back on the table. Typical Ishgardian mealtime conversation.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Awful. Estinian had to go through this, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Emmerich licks the fucking communal salt.
Well, it doesn't really make any... Well, I mean, I guess these are people from the broom, right? I'm sure Emmerich wouldn't be licking the salt crystal.
No,
I mean, we've already
seen.
Remember the when they ate dinner and the guy came with his like massive. Remember that? It was the biggest like pepper thing I've ever seen. Surely they have that for salt as well.
Okay, grade 8. Grade 4, artisanal Sky Builders astroscope. Such devices are often found pointing in the direction of the open-air baths, which is keeping with the letter, rather than the spirit of its intended purpose, that being the observation of heavenly bodies.
I see.
And the most straightforward, grade 4 Sky Builders bed. The mattress is made from a sponge-like material to help absorb any nocturnal spillages.
No!
It's so interesting. I mean...
I think some of the people who wrote this should go to jail. With think this should be for the fucking communal salt.
Yeah, I don't.
The communal salt rock.
Oh, it's so disgusting. It's so
Ugh.
disgusting. Okay. Anyways, moving on from that, those descriptions are always great, though. I think they're funny. Although I don't know if I can accept them as canon. They are fun. Right.
Guardians with salt.
All right. Let's move on to miscellaneous new mounts. Bubbling Bernie. We already talked about that one, but there it is again. The Triceratops minion.
I believe it's called Trixie. Oh no, Trike.
Oh, is it? Is that? Oh, cute. And a matching umbrella in color. A mint green
I want it.
umbrella. Cute. All right. That's that. And then there's just eat rice ball, eat apple, and sweep.
New emotes
Yeah.
that you can obtain from Ishgard Restoration.
Yeah.
I think Eat Rice Bowl is bought with scripts, and Eat Apple is from the Kupo of Fortune.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck the Kupo of Fortune. I hate that shit.
Any resolved issues that's worth bringing up?
The Rock isn't back, so I don't want to.
No, the Rock is not back. So no, I think this is fine. All right. That's that. That's the patch notes for 5.41. Not an insanely packed patch, but at least now we can look forward to 5.45, which will bring
we still
us.
got more for 0.4. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, we're waiting for the. Is the next one going to be Bosnia related?
Bosnia and Blue Mage.
Yes, there you go. Right. Let's talk a little about the future then. It's time. It's been a long time since we've done this, but it's time for a great discussion. The future. Scary. Before we talk about what we think the expansion will bring based on where we are now, it's probably important to mention that a trademark has been filed in the US and Europe for Forspoken. And people will still say that Yoshi P said that it's not related to 14. But come on. At this point, it has to be. It follows the recipe of like first of all, I think this is Koji Fox's fault that it's so easy to spot it now, because he said it when they made Heavensward, was that while in Japanese they can have multiple words and it's fine because of the way the Japanese language works, it's more difficult to trademark stuff like that in English because you can't trademark a word. So they make words like Heavensward. They make words like Stormblood because they become like brand names. They're easier to it's just for our Western reptilian brains. It becomes more of a brand name and it's easier for us to remember. So Forspoken, same recipe. Shadowbringers, Forspoken, Stormblood, Heavensward. It just fits.
It does fit.
There is still a possibility that it's not 14, but then why where is that trademark filed? Like, there's no way Square Enix can file anything and it will get away. It's public. All the records are public. And the other ones that we've seen are 7 stuff.
Most likely.
Yeah, and we know that they're going to announce it in February. They need to have that trademarked by then.
There.
So
Trademark's kind of high spoil surprises, huh?
Yeah, it does.
It's just legally you can't do anything about it.
No.
I'd love it if this is just a massive red herring, and it's like
It could be.
It ends up being the real. It ends up being the real name of Project Athia.
Oh, you know, that would be funny. That would be such a. Then he would like have double tricked us because he's like, no, it's not related, which would then make us think it is related because Yoshi P lies, and then it wasn't related. Yeah. So yeah,
there was the other one, right? Because there was Forspoken and another name.
Oh yes.
Yes. A hero's bond.
Yeah.
Hero's bonds.
I find that very difficult considering their.
That's it. It has the same problem I have with Demon's Souls.
Yeah.
In that it is a possessive followed by a plural.
Yeah. It also would be very. I mean, maybe it is, but it feels like it's very different in like the naming convention for a 14 expansion. I mean, they can still do that because I mean, look at like 11, for instance, because people are obsessed with comparing the two. 11's expansions had just straight up just words as Chains of Promethea. Like they'd had like longer titles, so it could be, but
like location names in them or people.
Yes,
I don't know what Promethea is. So
yeah, that's true. So that's true because I feel like a hero's bond is so generic. It'd be very difficult for them to like market that here, I think.
Yeah.
But yes. So with what does Forspoken give us? In like it means it's like an very old English word. God, I used to remember it, but now I do not. Let's see.
To be foretold.
Right. Does it line up with anything? To bewitch, Scottish archaic. It has.
I don't think it would be that usage.
Well, they're never really super literal. Like, what does storm blood exactly mean?
A storm of blood.
Yeah, a storm of blood, but it's because like the resistance. Maybe it's tied to that. Heaven's Word makes sense because the Heaven's Ward.
Heaven's Word is a double meaning. Heaven's Word is the most clever of the three that we have.
Yeah.
But Shadowbringers is like that's pretty on the nose, I would say.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's very apparent in the trailer even too. You're like, okay, darkness, dark, quick. Forspoken though, with what we have right now, or I guess maybe relating to. I mean, it's hard not to say, but relating to the end of days Amarat thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe they saw the future. The future's already spoken for.
Yeah. Forspoken, to attract and fascinate, enchant. All of yours is going to be tempered by Xenos. No. I don't want that.
No. I think more likely to be tempered by Garlemald if 5.4 is to go by anything.
Yeah.
And you get a little. What if you get tempered, and then you get like a dialogue option, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then every option is just glory to Garlemald.
I feel like that's more likely in a roleplay segment because we can't be tempered.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so annoying because it would click if we had seen the trailer before this. It's so annoying. We would have known probably, or had some more idea of what's happening. What did you say, Roland?
Maybe the alternate Midgardsormr timeline comes into play, all because it's already
Midgardsormr.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, yeah, go on.
These are just polls. These are
Yeah.
What color do you think will be associated with this expansion? Because the Japanese titles always have a color in their name.
Yes.
So we had purple, blue, red already.
Yeah.
It's azure, blue,
Crimson red.
I don't remember what type of red Stormblood is, and then it's crimson red, and then it's jet black for Shadowbringers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, black was Shadowbringers.
It was black. I kept thinking purple.
Yeah, because they use it a
purple
lot.
is easier to use.
Yeah.
I can only think of bad colors. Like, could you imagine really like bright green, like for the title? Like, it would remind you of one of those like visualizers for like Windows.
Yeah. Beige. It's hard to. I mean, I feel like yellow is also like it's a lot.
Yellow can be an ugly color, and I don't know how they would use it.
Yeah.
Yellow is the color of like yellow or orange is the color of like corrupted crystal.
True.
Maybe it'll be blue again.
They'll go back.
I hope they don't reuse a color.
A different kind of blue, like to represent ceruleum for all the ceruleum oil cleanups you'll be doing.
If they're gonna do that, I would say them more so rather than say blue, they would use like indigo.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. White. I mean,
Fandango wears white.
Yeah. True. Well, yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Well, that's kind of, I guess we kind of have a possible name for the expansion. Other than what we just said, clearly the name isn't helping us too much.
We don't have enough information.
No. But where the story is going seems to imply... I feel like Garlemald will still be a part of the story. I mean, I feel like we've been going back and forth of whether or not it's going to be a Garlemald-centric expansion.
I think Garlemald will definitely be a part of the story. The question is, will there be any specifically Garlean zone? Like, that is... Like, obviously, not obviously, but we'll probably visit Garlean territories. But will we visit Garlemald proper outside of a dungeon?
You know what they're going to do? They're going to say... You're going to Garlemald, and then we'll be like, this is a Garlean province. Garlemald. It is Garlemald. So...
I know, but it's still... I would still find it super hard to justify being able to be in a Garlean zone.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they'd end up doing, like, an instance, kind of like the Doman Enclave kind of thing, you know? So for... It'll be kind of small, like a little section of it. It's still that's a hard justification for me. I think. I mean, I'm sure they could find some kind of thing.
I could see. I've always been able to see the Garlemald section that we visit is a small section similar to like Idleshire, that is the end game zone that we don't get access to until after we've beaten the expansion.
Yeah. I mean, Garlemald is very much like up in the air. I have no idea what the fate of Garlemald is right now. Like, I don't think we'll be able to do any. We can't just go in there and be like, "You are a democracy now," like we usually do. I don't think we can swing our democracy.
Hey,
oh yeah.
We don't have to swing democracy. We didn't do that with Doma.
No.
True.
We reinstated the monarchy.
We kicked out the Republic, and then...
But then, the way they did that was very funny, because they're like, they didn't talk too much about that, because all the focus was on, Republic in Alamigo, everyone. Come look at this grand Republic that we've just formed. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's what they're going to do. It's too difficult we can't just walk around freely in Garlemald mid-game. That just doesn't make any sense unless something very dramatic happens in 5.5 or 5.55 even.
No one can recognize.
Yeah,
because what I was originally thinking is that there would be like a faction of the Popularis that would like shelter us briefly in Garlemald in like a small section of it.
Yeah,
but they're dead. So that's not a possibility anymore.
Yeah. So Chad keeps bringing up like Dalmasca stuff. Obviously, I feel like we have to go there. It's been teased too much. And we've already discussed the fact that Dalmasca Return to Evil is raid. Sorry, Alliance raid. So is Crystal Tower. We've been through this. They can do it again.
See, the problem I have with that is that like it's so strongly tied to the Bosnia stuff, and I don't think they want to force people to do Bosnia.
They can always change that. I mean, remember, most of the quests take place in. I mean, they can change. I mean, I don't know. We've never been in this situation before, which is why we have nothing to compare it to.
We have sort of with the Binding Coil like that. I would say is still a major part of the story, and it sort of get a little hint of what's happening in Heavensward or something like that.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
And if you do it, like, characters acknowledge it for a little bit, and like, hey, well, maybe you know of Noah. I don't know.
Coil is so difficult because Coil is like content that they didn't think about when they implemented it, because it's savage kind of. So it would be impossible.
If they were to redo it, if they could do it all over again, they would have made an all mode for Coil.
Yes, they would.
I could see them doing it though. Where like, what's happening in Bosnia is mostly just what's the 8th Legion? I forgot what Legion it was.
It's Noah's Legion.
Noah's Legion, right? Where it's like it focuses on like the higher ups of that, not Noah himself. Like we mentioned a lot, obviously, because he has this big plan. But we're going to be dealing with like the grunts, the officers. And then they'll be like, I'm Noah at the end. See me in the next expansion.
Yeah. Noah Gabranth isn't.
Noah feels so disconnected from the Bosnia storyline.
Yes.
Even though he's supposed to be like the legatus in charge.
They have sort of kept him in the shadows. Like he's only ever mentioned by name. So I feel like maybe it is because they're reserving him for an MSQ reveal.
Mm-hmm.
That
he has appeared in cutscenes, but never interacted with us.
We saw him in the end of Return to Evil East, right? That's when he talked to. And we saw him in.
We
saw them in Rabanasta.
Yeah,
he was talking to the Ellison guy who's in charge in Bosnia.
Yes,
I can't remember his name.
I mean, if you let's say right now, let's say either this upcoming Bosnia patch or the one after, we literally just kill all the characters we've seen from Bosnia, like as in the Misaja, or I forgot her name or whatever. She's dead. The Ellison man, and then the Beast Tamer dude. They're just dead. They at least seem to be the main antagonists right now. Like, as far as we know, like Noah's other plans are still going. It just feels like a branch of what's going on. So I think that's why it's. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I wonder if that's going to be our way in, because right now that feels like the most clear path in to Garlemald, or at least to the region.
To be honest, I think that we are more likely to enter via Werlet, because I think they are much more likely to make that compulsory than they are to make Bosnia compulsory.
Forgot about Werlet.
Werlet involves Gaius.
That's true. So there's kind of like two stories that could potentially merge with the MSQ here. The fact that it's tied to Bosnia should not be. If that is ever the case, if Bosnia, the fact that it's tied to Bosnia is the reason that storyline will never be like resolved in the MSQ, I'll be very upset, because that has major implications to the world. Like the fucking Meteor project, like all of that is deep lore in the game.
Something that I can maybe see is that, so Fran, when we last talked, there's like, I'll see you again. Maybe in 6.0, we go to the Gulmore jungle, and then via Fran, we're able to say, she'll say something like, yes, the success in Bosnia, or the ongoing fight in Bosnia, and that's how they'll dismiss it.
That could happen. Yeah. That's a cheap way of doing it, but yes, that's... And also they could do a quick recap during that as well in the MSQ, and that would be a way for... And even if you've watched it before, it'll still feel, maybe, that is a way of solving that, I guess. Okay, so those are the two storylines that are probably going to merge in some way into the MSQ.
I think it is much more likely to pay off into the MSQ.
How?
Because Gaius is there.
Yes,
they're not going to leave Gaius in a side quest.
Yes, but so far the Worldlet story does not seem to affect the overall main story is what I'm saying. It feels very disconnected.
It doesn't, the existence of Gaius in it is
but he could just return from Worldlet.
Yeah, I think his like personal development from it will might be a big part. I don't see the fucking Max coming in to the MSQ. That'd be kind of.
I feel like that needs to be a little disconnected from the MSQ. And yeah, I feel like if anything, I feel like it's more likely that Gaius will come back and be like, "This happened at Worldlet. Moving on," because that we can live with that not having happened, in the MSQ. That's fine. That's it's self-contained story. It's just some backstory on that horrible man, Lord Farquaad, and the other people. Yeah. While Evilise is literally realm-changing events. We're talking about spoilers for Bosnia, possible formation of a new nation. That rhymed. I'm a poet. I don't know. Again, I feel like we're at that point in the patch where nothing makes sense. We don't have a clear vision of what's to come, so it's hard to really see it right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because
what was going on in 4.4 at this point? At this time, we already lost some scions to the fucking mind.
Yes.
We lost Thancred and Y'shtola and Rian at the very end.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
We did not have that same setup this patch, huh?
No. Well, we have something else. We have weird towers that are seemingly tempering people. That's where we just left off. So something's afoot that we don't understand. Yeah. The thing with this patch is that it had very little progression towards expansion. It was mostly resolving storylines within Eorzea with Limsa and all that. So towers. That's all we've got. Towers and glory to Garlemald. And also he said remember Heavensward, but I still think that was just referring to Gabu. So
that was for the expansion though. He said remember Heavensward, right?
He did. Yeah, that's true.
Just for this patch. So still got one more patch.
Yeah.
See what that's about.
Need to know. I need to know. We are when we see the trailer in 2019, 21, 20 days time.
21 days time.
It'll all make sense. Or maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be. Remember when they showed Stormblood? No, sorry, Shadowbringers the first time. That was confusing. I mean, I was right about the lamps, but other than that, I had no idea what we were looking at. Right. Let's. I think that's that. We don't really have much time to discuss. We need to read MogMail as well. So we're just gonna wrap up. We'll have this discussion again, depending on what they say in the announcement, obviously. But if not, then we'll definitely do it after the next patch. Right, let's move on. Time to read your MogMail. I'm sorry it's been difficult to send in MogMail this week. Hopefully it'll be fixed by next week. Let's jump into some MogMail. This is from Valvedrix Veran from Goblin. Hello and Happy New Year to you all. Since this is my first MogMail, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Valvedrix. I'm one of the 5 people who play as female Ellison in this game. And I've been playing Final Fantasy XIV since patch 3.3. Mostly casually.
You're so brave.
But I got into Extreme Trials in the expansion. I found your podcast fairly recently, and it quickly became one of my favorite podcasts to listen to. So I took it upon myself to go through all the episodes I missed. I'm at 138 as of writing this. Good lord. Brave.
Oh my god.
I also started to get active in your community, mostly through streams and your Discord server, so I figured it's a good time to send some mail as well. With that said, welcome. With that said, I have a question. One of the more common complaints I hear from the friends I got into this game is that you lose access to abilities when you get synced down for a duty. They told me that other MMOs, such as World of Warcraft, implement level sync without taking away your abilities. So I was wondering if it would be possible to do that in 14, or if it would cause too many balancing issues. What do you guys think? Keep up the good work. Thank you, Avadrix. Yeah, this is a good... This is
right.
Yeah,
yeah, right.
It's so true. This is such a weird, like, spaghetti. I feel like it's spaghetti based. I feel like it's just a very easy way for them to balance content, like, for people that are past the level. But it is infuriating to play a low level like Sastasha as a white mage. Kill me. It's so horrible. You have one healing spell. At least I have a dot and a damage spell, but that's about it. And Asuna, you have that. That's your toolkit. Oh, yeah, it's so. Yeah, go on.
Maybe I dreamed this or I imagined it, but didn't. Well, a long time ago. It might be during like Heaven's Word or Stormblood. I think Yoshipi did talk about this, and the reason why at the time he said we're not doing it is because it would like disrupt the balance in those dungeons, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like those dungeons are already fucked.
Yeah.
Yes.
The simple existence of Dancer and Red Mage at level 15 is enough to destroy the balance of those dungeons.
And like back then, I sort of got it, right? Because of the way aggro used to work. If you were a baby tank back in the day, you didn't have your stance, and you didn't have your full aggro combo. So, I mean, I'm sure you guys remember DPS could just rip shit right off you. Like, but we're past that.
Yeah,
aggro doesn't mean shit anymore. Like, aside from that, I can't think of any other reason aside from dungeons maybe going a tiny bit quicker. But would people really hate that, or even new players really care when you're already just like blazing right through whatever sub level 50 dungeon?
No. The thing is, the fact if we'd had all of our skills, they'd actually put some work into it, they could make it so that it wouldn't be as broken. They could lower the potencies and whatever, and it will be more fun to do the dungeon because you can use your whole rotation instead of fucking doing one skill. Or having the worst part is when you enter a dungeon and you have, like, say you have a 3-step combo and you only have access to 2 of them. You can only do 1, 2, and then you keep pressing that third button, waiting for that third skill to go off, but it never does.
I don't even think they need to worry about lowering potencies. I don't think it matters.
You're already level synced. Like, your stats are already fucking switched to the ground.
That's true.
So, like, what's it matter that you do 2, like, 200 potency attacks in a row when you're doing 10 damage?
I think the Well, the problem, you have to think about new people joining.
But what is there to consider for them?
The dungeon experience.
The dungeon experience at that level is not good.
Well, I mean, it's not going to be any better if everything is cleared by the time they...
What was that?
What the fuck was that? Was that a lion? Is there a lion in here? Oh? What was that? It sounded like a fucking... I don't know what that sounded like.
You've got a fucking demon in your house.
Right. Sorry, what were you saying? Yes, the dungeon experience.
Would it really even change that? Like, again, old dungeons, especially anything around Reborn, you just go, you go right, you blast through it. Main scenario, is a nightmare for a new player. I mean, yeah, you get to watch the cutscenes, but you're not really doing the dungeon properly ever, are you?
No.
You're just skipping as much as you can and melting everything.
That's true. I get, yeah, I see it. I just think, I feel like if I joined Final Fantasy XIV today, and let's say you had your full skill set, then I would be very overwhelmed if I just joined and like they've just sprinted ahead of me and like the whole dungeon is cleared by the time I get, like I keep getting the poof teleport to like locked area and I try to click it and then when I get there it's already dead and they're already fucking miles ahead. I mean, that would be...
I don't think it'd be that bad. No.
It would be that fast.
Well, I don't know. I feel like that's what they're afraid of, though. I feel like that's the reason.
What they're afraid of, but I don't think it's as scary as they're making it out to be.
No, I don't know.
I mean, something like that, I think would happen maybe in Sastasha, maybe in Tamtara, but like by the time you get to Brayflox, I don't think you can have like DPS just pulling and living.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why.
Even Hawk Manor, I don't think you can just have DPS pulling that rapidly.
But imagine how quickly you can do dungeons now. You already said it, without the full skill set. Imagine how much faster it will be when you have all of them. I mean, it would be fast. And I guess it depends on the player, but as someone who enjoys, at least the first time, the dungeon experience, it would be very upsetting if it was just cleared by the time the intro cutscene was done.
But see, the problem is that happens anyway if they're paired with a dancer.
Yeah, but that's a lower chance at least. And also, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Imagine a dancer with a full skill set, though. That's what I'm saying. It's already bad.
Dancers don't have that much more significantly at higher levels for AoE.
Well, I don't remember when they get... Well, I'm talking about Sastasha. That's like that's the core dungeon I visualize right now. I feel like that's the most important dungeon because it's your first dungeon. So that should be the one that we visualize for this. I don't know. I still agree though, by the way, that the not having all the skills is bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, at this point in this game's life, you having to like, especially for I guess raids that are every 10 levels or so. It's like, okay, you gotta do the level 50 rotation. Okay, you're in this raid, do the level 60 rotation. Okay, you're in this one, do level 70. And then it's like, fuck, man, like how incomplete can my skill set get? Like at what point is like, am I just pressing one?
Yeah, because compare like level 50 Black Mage or Summoner to level 80 of the same class. It's a massive difference in the rotation.
Yeah.
Summoner doesn't have any of its stances. It doesn't have Dreadworm stance. It doesn't have Bahamut or Phoenix at 50.
And those are core. That's a core mechanic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I see people in chat saying too, well, worry about healers because, you don't want them overwhelmed with like an entire new group or entire group of like experienced players.
Right.
Pulling like crazy. Or like impossible kicking them or overwhelming them or something like that. But I mean, I feel like we already take care of that now where people will usually just kind of ask, like, even if you're an expert dungeon, like not everyone has to pull big and people are okay with that. Like that's, I mean, I know some people get frustrated about that, but I feel like as a community, we're mostly pretty okay about dealing with someone being new to content and at least somewhat respecting that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, just other games have this system. Why do we have this weird spaghetti system? I guess it's I guess I just said it, spaghetti. I feel like now that they've committed to this system, it'll be very difficult for them to like pull that system back and give us abilities back. All right, let's should we move on. Can we get one? Oh God, we're out of time. Well,
Yeah,
that's
one more.
should we do one more? No, I feel like we should wait. I feel like we should wait. These are good enough to, because otherwise we'll have to rush them. Thank you to those that send MogMail. We'll probably need them next week as well. So better to save them up. Send us new MogMail, speakersxiv.com. Send us a new MogMail. Send us some new MogMail, speakersxiv.com/MogMail. We'll probably read it next week. That's that. That's the show. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Remember to follow at SpeakersXIV on Twitter, twitch.tv/SpeakersOfHeidelin, youtube.com/SpeakersXIV, exclamation Discord in chat if you want to join our Discord server. If you're watching on demand, links in the description. You can also now watch Speakers Place. We have an address now. youtube.com/Speakers Place. Simple as that, baby. We'll see you in the post show if you're watching live. If not, we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.